secret lovers from warring families. In a small, mist-covered village nestled between two hills stood the ancient feud of the Darnell and Whitmore families. This hatred had endured for generations longer than anyone could recall. The feud had begun with a betrayal over land and blood, and every generation carried its bitterness like a torch, lighting new fires of suspicion and rage. Evelyn Darnell had grown up within the high stone walls of her family's manor, taught that the Whitmores were cunning, ruthless people who could never be trusted. Yet Evelyn's heart had always longed for freedom, for a life beyond cold tradition and endless mistrust. She was curious, spirited, and known to sneak away into the woods behind the manor whenever the world inside felt too tight. On the other side of the divide lived Asher Whitmore, the youngest son of the Whitmore patriarch. Asher was nothing like his father or older brothers. Instead of power, he craved peace. Instead of revenge, he wished for renewal. He often wandered the same woods Evelyn did, escaping the constant pressure to live up to the Whitmore legacy. It was under an ancient oak that they met for the first time. Evelyn had been reading a tattered book of poetry, her long hair tangled with wildflowers. Asher stumbled upon her while chasing a lost hound. For a moment, they only stared at each other, aware of their last names before even asking. But there, beneath the sheltering branches, names didn't matter. These spoke of books, dreams, and secret wishes to escape their family's shadows. One meeting turned into many. Each dusk, they would slip away, Evelyn from her father's watchful eyes, Asher from his brother's suspicions. They met under moonlight, by the riverbank where fireflies danced like tiny stars. In each other's arms, they forgot the world that hated what they had found. But secrets have a way of crawling into the light. One night, as Evelyn returned from the woods, her elder brother Thomas followed her. He trailed her again and again until he saw Asher waiting. The betrayal in his eyes burned brighter than any feud. The Darnells confronted Evelyn, forbidding her ever to see Asher again. Asher, too, faced his father's wrath. The Whitmore patriarch demanded his son abandon this foolishness and instead focus on destroying the Darnells once and for all. But Asher's heart had tasted something sweeter than hate. He refused to let Evelyn go. In the dead of night, Asher climbed the old stone walls surrounding the Darnell estate. He found Evelyn in her room, tears staining her pillow. He whispered a plan to run away to a distant town, far from the ancient feud, where they could be free. But Thomas, driven by anger and the fear of losing his sister to the family's enemy, was already waiting. He alerted the guards, and chaos erupted in the dark. Asher and Evelyn fled through the secret passage in the cellar, but not before Thomas caught them at the edge of the woods. "Evelyn, he's the enemy!" Thomas roared, his voice breaking with betrayal. "He's my heart, Thomas," Evelyn sobbed. "He's not our enemy. Our hate is." For a moment, Thomas hesitated, but the anger of centuries could not be undone in one night. He lunged, trying to pull Evelyn back, but Asher stepped forward, shielding her. A struggle, a desperate shove, and Thomas fell, striking his head on a stone hidden in the underbrush. The forest fell silent, except for Evelyn's cries and Asher's shaking hands. They could not go back, not now. They buried Thomas near the old oak, where love first bloomed. With heavy hearts, they fled under the cover of dawn. Years passed. In a far-off village by the sea, Evelyn and Asher built a quiet life. They married under a simple arch of wildflowers, raised a daughter who grew up never knowing the taste of old grudges. Back in their homeland, the Darnells and Whitmores spiraled deeper into blame and bitterness over Thomas's death, until one spring, Evelyn and Asher's daughter returned. She carried letters her parents had written, stories of love that defied hate, of families lost and a new one found. Standing at the ancient oak, the new generation finally saw the feud for what it was, a prison built by ancestors long dead, slowly Forgiveness seeped into old wounds like light through cracks in stone. And so love crossed the divide not just once, but forever. Please like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more emotional love stories that touch the heart and remind us that love conquers all.